Salute whoever in the building. Salute. Don't forget hit that salute the like button, all that type of thing. Salute, it's your brother Big Toyo up in the projects. Scratching into the mouth of Monday. You already know. It's the New Year's week. This week we be going into 2026. So y'all already know. And it's gonna be on a Bulldog Friday. How about that part? It's gonna be on a Bulldog Friday. We're gonna come into the New Year's on a Bulldog Friday. Some people gonna call it Thursday, but y'all know it's gonna be a Bulldog Friday anyway. Salute, H&F, salute, bro. Salute. H&F. It's gonna be a nice day, they say. H&F around our way, around the Maryland parts. We might hit 50 again. We've been showing off lately, H&F. We've been in the 50s around here lately. Excuse me for talking all quiet and shit. My last few shows been getting copywritten. I don't know why. I guess my little music be in the background. YouTube been being real petty with me. But anyway, we back on the StreamYard junk. Whereas though, link in the chat for niggas that want to come up. But salute to the first worker in the building. Yeah, 51. Okay. It's going to be a little bit warmer than that round. It's going to be over 55 round on the southern part of Maryland. You on that eastern part. You by that water, though. You over there across that water. Now that you in here, H&F, I used to be on that Eastern Shore side, real heavy in the early 90s, man. Real heavy. I got folks over there. I used to be over Cambridge, Easton, and I played a little basketball for Anne Arundel Community College. So I think we had a tournament over there. One of them schools over the bridge, we had a tournament over there too. But it's nice over there. And oh, you in Easton? Okay, yeah, I was over there too. Walking dogs, dogs everywhere. They had good dogs over there. Ben had good dogs over there. When I was over there, the dude, the niggas be hearing about now, Emery from, with Jay-Z boy Emery. I knew Emery and them when they was real little. When I knew them, they was riding little bikes. And they used to sell they used to have the little trees and shit. When I first came over there, my cousin, Emery and his best friend used to be one of my folks' little cousin. And when my cousin brought me over there and shit, my cousin had just got home and shit. Yeah. He was a little kid selling the trees and shit, but they was real little when I met them. They was real little. Probably they probably was like 12 years old or some shit. Bloom. You know what I mean? I think I was like 18, 19. They might have been 10, 11, 12 years old. But my cousin, he had just got home from jail and shit. You know what I mean? He from over there. So you remember them New Yorkers, they had a big thing over there. DeHaven and Jay-Z used to be over there. Matter of fact, DeHaven used to mess with this girl named Robin over there. And that was my cousin's cousin. Boom. So she wasn't my cousin, but he turned me on to her. Boom. It was fun times, but I remember them times where he was somebody who had just got home from jail. His name Tweety. I don't know if you might know Tweety if you ask somebody. He known all around there. But boom. He going around doing this thing because he just got home from jail. So he told Emery and them, because he ain't smoked no weed. So he took me to little Emery and them, and he basically told them, I just was with them all day. So they looked out, you know what I mean? I had some dogs. They had some dogs. They was around dogs when they was little. Emery and them had little dogs and shit, little dogs in the backyard. I forgot You know what I mean? It was nice times though. I remember before he got all big and shit, before all that shit. Jay used to rap at the Hog Neck Arena back then. Okay, okay. Yeah, the folks I was with, they used to be beefing with them niggas all the time. They used to be beefing with Jay-Z them all the time. You know what I mean? They was them guys, you know? Yeah, I forgot the other younger name though, man. They was best friends though. They was best friends. They was cool though. They looked out for me. They looked out for me. I ain't had to pay for no weed and none of that shit. Salute to them. His uncle, one of my dog partners. Salute. Salute H and F. Salute. Yeah, them people still over there. I got family still over there, all that type shit. Still over there on that side. Salute to Easton, Cambridge, all that shit. All that type shit over there. Salute all the people over there. The projects over there. Salute the projects over there. Over the Cambridge side, the projects over there. They had a little spot they called the projects over there. And it was vicious over there too. Yeah, it was vicious over there. Salute. It's four workers up in here. See, like it's four workers up in here. I hope y'all hit that salute button. Hit that salute the workers button when you come in here. We scratching into the mouth for Mondays, just something light. I'm gonna just do an ad with y'all. Just Shogun them. Come on, I'm gonna just do an ad. I ain't gonna drop a whole bunch of clips on y'all. I'm gonna use this stream time, this free stream time, money, stretch it on out. Cause usually I'd use my 20, they give you like 20 ads free stream time every month. I use my shit in like 2-3 days. I come out, drop clips. 4 clips, 5 ad clips, shit be gone. Then I'll be back on that long screen joint with YouTube. They be technical difficulties over there. Then I don't get to let nobody come up. I don't get to let nobody come up over there. It's certain ways you can come up over there, but I don't know. I ain't get nobody come up there yet. I think over there you gotta have the people come on when you come on, or they can't just pop in. I don't know how it go. But anyway, I had got some homework with the dogs on the list. Y'all had gave me some homework, a whole bunch of dogs for me to look up, step up my game on some dogs, refresh the memory and shit. Look at some pedigrees and shit like that. Just see some commonalities and whatever I could pick up on them. At the top of the list was Mountain Man's Homer. And from what I seen, I was looking at the Mountain Man Homer jump. He had 6 right off the top in the 4 generations. In the 4 generations, I think I seen a total of six ROMs in the first 4 generation. That's what I noticed. Buster, mostly rascal type shit, and Buster, Bully Son. You know what I mean? So some biting jumps. I didn't even look at his offspring. Anybody know about Mountain Man's Homer's offspring, famous offspring? I just glanced at the pedigree real quick, seeing all the six-time ROM or whatever in the first 4. I seen 6 ROM joints. I said, oh, so he should have produced. Just didn't look into the. They redone the project. That tell you how long I've been around that jump. I tell you how long I've been around there. I used to walk the whole jump all day. You know how it is when you ran in the summertime. You could walk that whole jump. That's why I be telling these niggas about walking dogs and shit like that, man. You know what I mean? If you out there walking them, you could walk them. Hey, we did racks of miles walking them dogs. You know what I mean? And the dogs be known and shit, little kids Pass the baton. Hey, go ahead, walk with him. Can I walk? Can I walk him? Can I walk him? Yeah, go ahead, walk with him. More exercise, man. Come on, you can't, man. Shit, they not going, they ain't going to outwalk us. That's what DMV. They ain't going to outwalk us. Goddamn, they shouldn't be able to condition us. DMV, they shouldn't be able to outcondition us. You know, we walk dogs. You know what I mean? So everybody got machines and shit like that, but we walk dogs too. Little kids walk dogs. We pass the baton. We pass the dogs like the baton. The dogs are known through the community. You know, some of them when we, just coming up when I was coming up. That's where you find. To me, that's where you find trustworthy individuals, people who really into the dogs. It's like a community thing. It's kind of better to me like that when you young fucking with the dogs and you got youngins messing with the dogs making friends by y'all just being out there. It's a culture type of thing. Uh, People, grandmothers and them be knowing the names of the dogs. Boom, boom, boom. Dogs get loose. Damn, ain't nobody tripping, motherfucker. Tell you JoJo loose around there, boom, boom. They go, somebody that got JoJo, whatever, whatever. They start knowing about the dogs through us, the ones that was the beginning with the beginnings of the dogs. Had those dogs in those yards or in those houses. You know what I mean? Some just by that going on, some of our family members, you once we run those dogs in those households and shit in those project areas and every area we run those dogs in, when you was one of them ones, you seen how the dogs kind of went through there and found your dog people for you. If you following me, the dogs. If you listen to the dogs, they'll show you everything. They'll show you the dog people that's in your community. People that want to get involved in a positive way, don't mind walking the dog. You're gonna have some kids that be so into it. They coming. They went waiting for you to come outside. They already sitting on the rail. They already sitting on the rail when you come outside. Like, you know what I mean? You bringing them out today. You know what I mean? Can I walk them? That type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And then when it come to you like that, you get a chance to say the real shit, and you might can influence some innocent people that can be great. You understand what I'm saying? That's where you see the real stuff. That I always kept it real with the youngest that came around me. Even when I had to say something to them about what I didn't want them to do. You know what I mean? Even the ones that they got gas on their chest, so when they walking your dogs or something like that, they probably really somewhere doing shit they ain't supposed to be doing with your dog. You might not, you might be blind think to the fact until you figure it out. You know what I mean? Sometimes it be a good and bad about it too, though. Because some of them little kids that came back and told me told me about more about the dog than I knew, just because they was walking that joint all the time. I remember one of my little youngest said, Tyson ready? I had a dog named Tyson. Tyson was like 10 months. Youngest said, Tyson ready? I looked at him like, man, you don't know what you talking about. What you talking about? Hey, he wasn't lying, though. Tyson was ready. Tyson was ready. His little badass was doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing. That's how he knew Tyson wasn't. That's how he knew Tyson was ready. But anyway, man, them boys be into them cars and them bikes and stuff like that. Them kids see that shit, they look at it like that. They look at it like that. You know what I mean? So and I'm sure, it's just like I was one of them. I was one of them. I was one of them. But their path was different than mine. My path was a little different. But I liked it that in the hood, the culture, and you know what I mean. Letting the dogs find the dog people. That's how we did it. That's how we did it. It just happened naturally. The project's still deadly. I bet you that. I bet you that, bro. Homer was a great dog. Yeah, yeah, H. Yeah. Shit, man. Man. Shit. Scratching into the mouth of Monday, man. 2026 is coming up. Yes, sir. Places, places like that, places, those type places, be those type places, man. Over there, uh, and like places over, even Annapolis, little Annapolis and stuff. Like, you know, it's a lot of black history in over Eastern Shore. A lot of black history over there where y'all at H&F. You already know a lot of black history. I think Harriet Tubman all through there. You know what I mean? You know, over there, over in Annapolis, same type thing, you know, all the way up, you know, DMV, you already know. That's why, you know, I don't mind saluting it. You know, I don't mind just stomped all around here. Blood, sweat, and tears all around DMV. You know what I mean? Walking doors all around DMV. DC, Maryland, and Virginia. All around them jokers. And with the dogs. So salute to them. Some of the things that I was able to do with the dogs and look back and survived and stuff like that, hey, I say shit, some of that shit, I know I couldn't do it again. I know I can't do it again. I knew I couldn't. I don't even know, some of that stuff, it was just you being young and just you and your dog and you go where you want to go and you conquer the world type shit, you know what I mean? Boom, boom. But a lot of them places definitely was not safe for strangers to be if you ain't from around there. But hey, bathe through all that shit. Different areas. Different areas. And a lot of it, the dog got me in there. The dog got me in there. The dog got me in there, you know what I mean? For whatever reason. So it was a dog person in that area that struck up a conversation. Hey, where you from? Where you from? Bland, bland, bland. All that can happen. The dog get you conversation, good shit. Guess the way you is or whatever determined, because you could just as easily be somebody they just go ahead and knock you upside your head and take your dog. But nah, definitely, definitely, definitely though. Definitely diamonds over that jump. Definitely diamonds over that jump up and over Eastern Shore. Diamond type people, diamond type dogs. You dig what I'm saying? Been had dogs. People been had dogs, and people been had money too. A lot of them people been had money and dogs. Yeah. Ah, dog bud and keeping it real opens a lot of doors. Hell yeah. You ain't lying about that, H&M. Salute the wolf. Already. Salute. Yes, sir. Scratching into the mouth Monday. This week gonna be we rolling on into New Year's and it's gonna come on a Bulldog Friday. But we scratching into the mouth Monday for just the last week of 2025. So I'm gonna do it one at a time this time though, y'all. Just to stretch out this little free stream, y'all money. We ain't gonna do one at a time on the air. We're gonna bag it up. We're gonna bag it up into 60-minute junks for them. They couldn't handle them whole slabs we was throwing on their ass. Boom, 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 bang, bang. Hey, we ain't have enough time. We ain't enough to shit. Look, I ain't know what was going on. We was just coming out, dropping off clips, bop, 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 all hours. We done did all that, and it's the last week of 2025. We gonna go ahead and bag eyes up into 60-minute joints for their ass. Working 60s, because we salute the workers over here, not the working 50s, the working 60s, god damn it. Working an hour, working 60 minutes. Let them let them try to bust that down. You might make two ass. When the shit we drop out this joint, they might double back and make two ass off of it. We're giving out the working 60s. Yeah, Homer. The dog Homer was, the first dog on my homework page, Mountain Man's Homer. Rascal, uh, Rascal Buster Dog. Rascal, that's what I see, a Rascal Buster Dog. Bully Son and that Rascal shit. You know what I mean? Six ROMs in the first generation, so it should have been a producer. Uh from what from what ROM means and stuff like that. So producing power, like Twin and them saying all that. So you got six of them in the first four generations. So he was a good dog, an awesome ass dog with the producing power behind him. So win-win Homer. Win-win Homer. Mountain Man's Homer. I think the second one was and if y'all knew any famous dogs off of him, I didn't even look into his offspring. So if y'all know some good dogs off I'm sure I do. I'm sure I do, you know what I mean? I'm sure I do. But all that should be jiggled in my mind anyway. But like I say, there are him six times in his first four, so he damn sure should have some offspring. Uh, and I know y'all probably know some famous ones, and if you want to shoot them out, go ahead shoot them out. The second one on this was Boudreaux's Bows, the Bows dog, and when I looked at that, um, basically that's like an inbred, that's basically a blind Billy dog. To me, that's a straight blind Billy dog, and I think Blind Billy, I guess that was the foundation of Boudreaux stock. We don't know for sure, but that's what they put down. Like, I mean, maybe the breeding say that Blind Billy and everything is Blind Billy. Everything go back to Blind Billy over there. Hey, salute that. But say say that was the foundation of that type of stock. Boudreaux's Bows, I say it's a Blind Billy dog. Boom, boom, boom. Now Bose, far as him, his work or anything, I don't know. Um, sure, they was throwing good dogs, basically throwing good dogs, whatever. Like again, like I say, if y'all know any famous ones or your favorite ones coming down from these type of lines, the Homer shit, the Mountain Man's Homer shit, or the Boudreaux's Bows, if your shit go back to the Bows, or it's a heavy Bows influence in your dogs, and you want to salute it, there it is for you. Easy listening. We scratching it to the mouth for Monday. Ain't too much to it. Salute the workers. We in the projects. Y'all already know. Boom, boom, boom. hmm Weekend was fire. I know y'all had a fire weekend. And y'all made it to Monday. Y'all made it to Monday. Uh I know the weekend was fire. I know the weekend was fire. I just can imagine. The weekend was fire. And then this week gonna be popping off too. So hey, we here. I know what's the other thing I wanted to talk about. Also, I was watching things, boy, and maybe start thinking about these dogs in another type of way that I didn't think about them. Far as I always had dogs. Ever since I wanted dogs, I got dogs, and I never been without them, except when I was locked up. Other than that, I had dogs. Boom, boom, boom. So I never thought of a time when I couldn't have my dogs, like, of me not being able to have a dog, a pit bull, not just a dog, a pit bull. Especially with all these other dogs that everybody else can have. But now, I mean, it's been like this. Of course, it's been like this. The pit bulls had bad names and all that. And I've been hearing y'all talk about how all this drama shit goes on with the pit bulls and all this shit, all this shit. And I've been just living in my own world, really just, I had my little bumps and bruises with the joints or whatever. I done got those, taken for shit. And I went and got my dog back, whatever. I wasn't in the wrong for nothing. But like, either way, just the stigma of having a pit bull, I'm starting to really see the depth of it and the evil of the evil intent to me of the people behind do uh coming at the pit bull hard like that. First of all, to me it seems like they couldn't wait to get something to use as a tool to invade black people's lives. The pit bull, like I just told you earlier in the show, how the pit bulls, since I was a kid, like 18, 17, 18, 19, grabbing the pit bulls and um, having them all the time, they, and I'm part of different neighborhoods and different communities and shit. So I was part of introducing them to the people I introduced the pit bulls to. And I know that it exploded and that everybody named mother got a pit bull now. And I was, part of the motherfuckers seeing me with a dog probably made other motherfuckers get dogs and do the same shit. So I was part of the spread of this shit, being part of our culture. Now, meanwhile, we got a whole nother thing that's going on while I'm just out here as a young man and y'all out here as young men in our communities and we doing the things we do with our dogs and all that. I don't think we paid attention too much to what the guys before us was doing and how serious they was doing it in depthly. And what I mean by that, we ain't study it, like we ain't give a fuck. Like, people did what they did with the dogs before us, whatever, legends, greats, all that type shit. They did what they did. We hear the stories, boom, 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 boom. It was our time, no matter what we was doing, if we was doing the same thing as them or whatever we was doing them some new shit, having them riding bikes in the circus, whatever you was doing with them, it was on your joint. It was on our time, our watch. Now, what I'm saying that is because like we came after a generation when most of them was boogieing. Like most of the motherfuckers was boogieing with the dogs, right? They was historically doing what the dog was bred to do. Now, we came after the times when basically, from what I'm smelling now in hindsight, I'm gonna keep it to you, hot dogs and beans. It seems like a certain group of people, y'all follow me, and I don't know who to paint the picture on, but y'all can paint the picture with me. Certain group of people have been upset that we have got these dogs. Black people have got these dogs. Uh, Not just any dog, but we got these pit bulls, and you have good pit bulls. It rubs certain people wrong way, man. And all of a sudden, it seemed like the older black men were becoming top dog men. I mean, at first they probably had sprinkles of them all the time or whatever, the rich ones or the ones that could humdinger with the white people, and I'm just saying white people, the ones who had the dogs that, it took, we had probably sprinkles of people with resources that could really get the good dogs and hum, bump elbows with those type of people, so we wasn't a threat on the dog tip for us having good dogs and threatening anyone's position or anything in that game, you know. But it didn't take long. Didn't take long for, like I say, when I came in, like late 80s, the end of the 80s, 89, 88, 89, black men had already established themselves in these dogs and had good dogs. Had good dogs. I didn't smell the rift or how much waves they was making. Like I said, I didn't smell it. I didn't smell it. I was just young. I had pops with dogs. His partner had dogs. They had good dogs, but I didn't know the things that they had to go through, you know, for to get dogs and end up with good dogs, and you know, till later on. And now that I'm at this age, over 50, I'm realizing it smells almost like at a certain point in time, the good old boys, police and all that, because it was sheriffs. If you notice, you had white boy sheriffs, white boys, everything that had dogs and was doing dogs. Sheriffs, judges, all of them. All of them were doing dogs. Boom, boom, boom. Now, when the black people start getting the dogs, and I think they even warned the sheriffs and shit, even warned they good old boys when the gig was up. That y'all, I guess they told them, y'all better get rid of the shit, or we gonna start cracking down on the shit and all that type of shit. And I'm starting to smell that they was doing all that shit, cracking down and all that shit, cracking down and all that happened probably not too long after the black dudes start making waves in the game. That's just what I'm smelling now. Because like I say, just look at the cards and the pieces on the chessboard or the cards on the table. That seems like a perfect setup, basically. And it's the same move all the time. It's all right when they do it, but when you do it, it's a problem when you do it, right? Right? Moonshine, weed, uh, the cocaine. It was all right when they could touch it. It was all their shit. When they try to send it down as a weapon, and motherfuckers they start seeing it backfire. Motherfuckers, woo, woo, send a crack to the hoods. And motherfuckers start doing something off. It's like you sending a double-edged sword down into the community, something that you want the youth to get addicted off of, and at the same time, it's like you stimulating the youth, but at the same time, you setting them up in the future to get locked up and make money off of them. And then at the same time, you're gonna call certain shit illegal at certain points and stages. And then when your kids can make money off certain shit, or when you see a room for your kids and shit to make certain shit money off the backs of these black people again, you get more lenient on certain things. Just like the weed now, like, okay, it's cool now, huh? It's cool now, huh? You see a few sprinkles of blacks with these weed companies and all that, but not a lot. We don't get we not the one at the top of the food charts on that. But yet you seen plenty of people have weed charges, running for their life, for a little bit of weed and all that shit. You understand what I'm saying? If you can understand what I'm saying. So the people that can move these pieces and say, oh, it's legal today, it's not. We're gonna give niggas 15 years this time, but tomorrow we ain't gonna give 15 years. Boom, boom. And y'all can go ahead and make some money off of it. And boom, 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 boom. Meanwhile, they've been doing all the shit the whole time, but they move the pieces, and the pieces affect us. The pieces seem like they affect us the most. They more detrimental to us. The ugly part of the stick is more fucked up towards us. Now, yeah, to keep everybody from not going into an outrage, the media and the radio is gonna show you those sprinkles of shit to make it look like it's even, or like just as many just many as them getting in trouble, whatever, whatever. Come on, man. Use your common sense. Clean your lens, man. Clean your lens, man. I'm just looking back, and they say hindsight 2020. I'm just looking at the pieces that probably was moved. And that's like an old ass move they use on you. Send some shit, stimulate your community with some shit, stimulate the youth, whatever, whatever. The same shit that everybody do. All the youth doing the same shit, woo, doing different shit, woo, bang, bang, bang. Stimulate them with that shit. Then find a way to capitalize off the motherfuckers, and you know, and they gonna capitalize off us. Whereas though the dogs became part of our culture. Now you got more jobs at the SPCA, more jobs of people telling on you and lying on you, not even knowing about the dog, making up lies for the popular thing that they can do, easily get the charge on you, easily put a charge on you, charge you thousands of dollars to get dogs back, different things they could do, just making money off of you, not caring about the shit ain't, it's blatantly uh the common sense of it don't even make sense. You understand what I'm saying? Take the way they do the shit, and it's basically obvious. Like they wasn't doing that at first. They wasn't doing that at first to the motherfuckers. They wasn't doing all that. They wasn't doing all that. You know what I mean? Like I say, they still hit theirs up. They hit their own side up too, because like I say, the warning probably was gave out years before I even got dogs. The warning was gave out to them years. Soon as our black folks, our elder black folks that was into dogs or into moonshine or into weed or anything like that, that all of them was into, farmers and all that shit. Soon as they could make it illegal to where as though, like, illegal for the black people to do it because they coming up some type of way off of that type shit, that's they move. That's they move. And the scragglers that didn't get theirs off, the black people don't know how to uh don't didn't get it off the top by the time the gig was up. Hey, they considered just like us. You know what I mean? They considered just like us. Y'all should have got it. Boom, boom, boom. It's just like slavery. Just like slavery. If you didn't get it off slavery, when they told, I'm sure they went around and told the good old boys, look, the slavery gig is up. The slavery gig is up, man. I'm telling you, they ready. Boom, boom, boom. The move is this. The move is this. But some didn't want to let go that slavery ace in the hole jump. That ace in the hole jump come up for free labor. It was hard for them to get that part up, but but they was moving in another direction. They was moving past it to do other things, so they couldn't be looked at as so ugly as just it was starting to become looking ugly to the world, like you niggas just getting free money off another human being and shit, like woo woo woo. So and all the shit they was talking, it started not making sense. So it started becoming like accountable for them to be like, so the ones at the top, they had to be like, yo, that old hustle is up. It's up. If we want to move forward, that old hustle was up. So that's what they say, like, woo, woo, woo. The old hustle up, boom, boom, boom. But they had a new hustle. They had a new hustle. But some of them was stuck on the old hustle, the old free hustle, the free labor hustle, getting the free labor off the blacks for the money. But when that was hard for them to get that up, they wasn't with the new hustle that these people was talking about, like, woo, woo, we ain't with that. We were bang, bang. So then you got the Civil War type shit, boom, 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 bang. But at the same time, it's the same shit if you look at it, man. It's the same shit. If you look at it across the boards with different things. Salute, City Boys. Just let us make shit poppin', and they make the brick and mortar or the paperwork or the business plans behind your natural shit that you getting moving. I don't give a fuck what it is you doing. Y'all out there playing, looking good, playing, or whatever, whatever. Somebody gonna make a business off of it. Their whole goal is just to keep you smiling and playing and smiling, and even if it's you singing, rapping, dancing, yeah, they're gonna have you doing that, drinking and dancing and singing and shit. And all the time they made a whole machine off of you. A whole machine off you. That's the new slavery. They made a whole machine off you. Keep you smiling, and boom, boom, boom. So enough of us can see you smiling to want to be like you. Not knowing that you going through a whole bunch of shit, you smiling and shit to get the money and shit like that, but it really ain't no smiles. You got a lot of complaints. But the position they got you in, you dare not tell us about the complaints you got. You gonna whisper them, but while you're in front of us, you better sing and dance and smile like everything happy. So most of us want to dress like you, be like you, do the things you doing, so they can move forward, set up the next move, the next, the next thing, the next thing. Oh, they singing and dancing now. They singing and dancing. Got them doing this. Oh, they like this. Oh, they'll spend for this. Oh, they like this. Ooh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Big Tony, salute. Salute. They got us to where it's dope. The shit works so good, but it's deep, but it's not deep. It's deep as you want it to be, but it ain't. It's easy as a bitch, and it's greasy and petty. But basically, like, they're using your strengths against you, your codes against you, your culture, your own culture against you, your own temptations, your things that you like to do. Once they get it right and they know how to work it and connect it, they're gonna use that shit against you. Even make you pay for the shit that you like to do, that you made popular. Once they can do that, they sell you anything, a bottle of fucking water. Next, they'll sell you a bag, a plastic bag, some matches. Some matches, you don't get them with your cigarettes more. They sell you that shit, or they act like they don't got them, huh? All that shit. Bags start selling it to you. Anything, any fucking thing, man. Anything. And they know that they know what you've been proven to do with scraps. So that's how much harder they tighten down on the wheel on you. Now you look around and ain't really too many scraps for you to build off. They taking the scraps. Um, I mean, we all see it, man. We just the one of their moves is they got it, so that's why I say it's like magic. Or sometimes they make it to where as though even when you doing what I'm doing right now, talking about it, it makes they know they got it set up to where as though even if a nigga come out here and talk about it, just like I'm doing now, a lot of people will push back on that shit. Even my own people will be like, they'll be picking me apart for even talking about it. They're gonna pull the card like, some old shit they'll say about a nigga saying this type of shit. You know what I mean? It's not popular. It's not popular like you would think. You know what I mean? They done made it to where as though when a nigga in the field, this is my shit explaining it to you. When you out there working and then you scream foul to your brother like they fouled me, woo woo, your brother say shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? You can't say nothing about nothing. We gotta whisper it afterward. Somebody gonna let you know, man, I know what they did to you. I know they did that. Boom, 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 bam, bam. But so and so, man, they did that to so and so 10 years ago, man. Boom, boom. They do that sometimes. Boom, boom, boom. Cause you was out that bitch, you ain't know what was going on. You've been playing by the rules, whatever, whatever. You just was shining and somebody hit you upside the head with a brick. You yell foul. Your brother said, shut the fuck up. Boom. You wonder why your brother saying shut the fuck up. You mad at him because he's saying shut the fuck up. Then you just see this nigga hit me upside my head with a brick soon as I'm shining. Soon as I try look like I'm ready sore out here, everything. Brother telling you better shut the fuck up, man. I'll tell you when we get home. Woo, 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 woo. All that shit still going on, man. This shit ain't really deep. It could get deep if you make it deep. You can make anything deep. But we ain't gotta make that shit deep. We ain't even gotta make that shit deep. We keep that shit where it is. Pettiness, evil ass shit. That's against you. That's against you. You see how they move even out here? I see it. I see it in the YouTube shit, in the YouTube shit. Like we naturally, if you fuck with me, when I see Tony, Wolf, Links, all them dudes, when I see you know, I get a certain vibe as me being the person I am. I get a certain vibe, right? And I get other vibes too from other people. You know, you can tell the way they moving, how they moving, whatever the shit they do. You know what I mean? Boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? You can just see it in everything they do. You can see it in what they do. The people that's against you, the people that will fucking get your ass out of here. Behind the scenes. They know how to do it. Professional snake ass niggas. Like, you know, yes. It's real as shit. It's real as shit. It's almost so real that it'll scare you. It'll scare you when you see, if you was able to get a glimpse of the people that really got hatred towards you. It'll probably scare you. Probably scare you. You're gonna see familiar motherfucking faces and shit like that. That's why it'll scare the fuck out you. And you got that playing on you in your own shit, in your own community. And then, you know, look at it, how we just always be like scab ass motherfuckers. Like basically, like, oh man, I'm looking at everything we do. You can look at the YouTube shit and all that. Look at all the white kids, all the white people sons that can make to get on YouTube and talk about our culture and be popping like a motherfucker. Now, I ain't saying that y'all can't do the same, but I don't see nobody, no black kids getting on there talking about their culture and really popping. I'm sure some sprinkles out there, but they don't concentrate on that. Our culture is popping, but they doing the same shit in their cultures. Even to it's much action over there. It's much pettiness, much greasiness, much vicious shit, everything, all that. But it's not in our human nature to exploit. Not, and most of us as a whole, it's not in our human nature to go in somebody else's closet and capitalize off their bones. That ain't just a natural thing that we do. We got too much other shit that we could do easily and be shining. And what I say is, you got people like snake ass motherfuckers that concentrate on all those type of shits. Like boom, boom. Oh, they don't want that. Oh, okay, we're gonna eat off that. We're gonna eat off that. Boom, boom. We all up in their closets, exposing all their bones. And we're gonna make money off that shit. And we're gonna have them motherfuckers going at each other over that shit. But no, as a natural, we don't be going over in nobody else's communities, digging in their closets and trying to find no bones to exploit. And I think it's because it's a reason you know not to do nothing like that. You know what I mean? You know the repercussions of that or what's supposed to happen behind doing that. You feel it inside. Nothing good should come behind you jumping in somebody else's community, somebody else's culture, going in their closet and trying to make some money off the bones, or going over in somebody else's community and making them work for free and you making money. You something in you, something in you is not making you go out here and devise things to do that. But it's getting to a point where it's though almost survival, just to survive, you almost having to do that to your own fucking people. Sell them some old shit. Sell your people some old shit for a profit. Huh? Salute, OJ. Next thing you know, It's gonna be doing your own people a little bit dirtier and calling that all right, because you gotta survive. But it's just the squeeze that's been putting on you. You wasn't used to living like that. You never had to make your brother work for free for you to live. You never that ain't in you for real, for real. That ain't in you for real, for real. You know that ain't in you for real, for you wasn't you I don't know how too far we going there, if it is in us or not, but it wasn't in us to to be looking for a cutting corner joint to make our brother work for us for the day and we get the money. And we call that good business. But I'm seeing more and more of that shit being passed along and acting like, and they get married to it to almost it be survival. Now it's survival for you to put food on your table for your family by taking food off the table or exploiting somebody else's family and they take in some type of way, but you dress it up. You dress it up. Salute links. And I do this on my channel for my brothers and sisters. And meanwhile, it might be white people in here and everything and all that. But the white people that, or anybody else besides my community, that they should smell the genuine and don't even care because they know I ain't lying. So that it shouldn't be affecting them in certain type of ways, which means a good mentality is a good mentality, a healthy mentality, a healthy mentality. I'm coming from this side, right? So, that's all I can say. But I don't wanna make no other community feel fucked up. The ones that ain't supposed to. But I really care more about my brothers and sisters to be worrying about being politically correct. I'm hoping for the good motherfuckers in the other community, they will be understanding that, like, man, he ain't got time to be catering to us, even though he know, like, even though we ain't the ones that did nothing to him, he ain't got time to be catering to us, man. He talking about his brothers and sisters. And there we go. And you find your way how to let me know that you ain't one of the other ones, and we be all right. If you need to do that, because you ain't even got to do that. Because I'm going to do me either motherfucking way. My motherfucking brother. Salute 601 Mac, my motherfucking brother. Salute. Salute. Always a pleasure when my motherfucking brother come in. Like I say, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all up too long, man. I got 5 more minutes. We gonna stretch this motherfucking my little 20 hours free stream y'all time out this time. I appreciate y'all coming through. Salute the workers. Salute the workers always, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Scratching into the mouth of Monday, we is. Scratching into the mouth of Monday. You know what? And the way I feel, that's all I needed. Right there. What time is it? You know what? Salute to y'all. Salute the workers. My motherfucking brother just came and this motherfucker said, preach. I mean, he gave me this stamp of approval. And whatever way for me to wrap this shit up before I fuck it up. My brother said, you all right now? Boom, let me wrap it on up this package because I told you we bagging it up into 60-minute jumps for their ass. Giving them working 60s out this bitch. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, y'all. Salute to y'all. You know, Shogun already come on in a half hour, man. Salute to y'all, man. Salute the workers. Y'all already know it's your brother, Big Toyo. Y'all stay royal. I'ma stay loyal. I'ma catch y'all tomorrow on the next one. Salute. Salute. We out.